When people hear mental health first aid, they often imagine a full-blown crisis. Someone on the verge of self-harm or a panic attack at work. And while mental health first aid skills do prepare you for those moments, that's not where most of the magic happens. In reality, mental health first aid shines the brightest in the everyday moments, the small conversations, the early signs that someone's not okay, even if they're still smiling. Today, I'm going to show you how to use your mental health first aid skills in the workplace, even when there's no crisis in sight. Hi, I'm Dal, a clinical hypno-psychotherapist and a principal master instructor for Mental Health First Aid Australia. I've trained thousands of Australians in mental health first aid. And the thing I love the most is when people tell me, I didn't realize how much I could help just by noticing and listening. You don't have to wait for a dramatic moment to use your skills. You can make a difference every single day. Here's how. 1. Notice the small changes. Someone used to be upbeat, but now they're withdrawn. Someone who was reliable suddenly starts missing deadlines. Someone who's always social stops joining team chats or lunches. It's easy to brush these off as having a bad week. But your mental health first aid training teaches you to recognize when small changes might signal something deeper. You don't have to jump in dramatically, you simply notice. You stay aware. And when the time feels right, you reach out. 2. Start gentle conversations. You don't have to say, "Are you experiencing a mental health problem?" It can be as simple as, "Hey, I noticed you've seemed a bit quiet lately. How's everything going?" Or, "I've seen you looking a bit stressed. If you ever want to chat, I'm here." Your mental health first aid skills taught you the art of asking open, non-judgmental questions. It's not about diagnosing, it's about opening a door and letting someone walk through it if they choose. Alright, so in workplaces we're often wired to fix problems fast. But mental health first aid really reminds us that listening itself is powerful. You don't need to fix their workload. And honestly, you don't need to give advice either. You just need to create space, a moment where someone feels heard, safe, and respected. Sometimes that's actually the first step to recovery. Now, if someone shares that they're struggling, you can gently encourage them to seek professional support. Using the mental health first aid action plan you learned, you might say something like, "It sounds like you've been dealing with a lot. Have you thought about chatting to a GP or counsellor? Or maybe there are services that could really help. I can point you to some if you'd like." You're inviting help, not pushing. You're walking alongside them, not taking over. That's the real art of mental health first aid. So, you don't need to wear a badge or announce you're a mental health first aider every day. But by being open about self-care, normalizing mental health conversations, showing kindness without expectation, and setting calm, respectful boundaries, you actually create an environment where people feel safer to speak up before things escalate. The best first aiders honestly just make their workplace a little softer, a little more human without ever making a fuss. If you're already mental health first aid accredited, remember you don't have to wait for a crisis. Every day gives you chances to notice, listen, support, and encourage. And if you're not accredited yet, but you want to feel more confident supporting mental health in your workplace, well, you can take that step too. Just head to dalsahota.com. Check upcoming course dates and book your accredited mental health first aid course with me. You'll learn practical skills that aren't just for emergencies, they're for life. If you found this video helpful, like it, share it with a colleague or leader who cares about mental health, and subscribe for more real-world mental health education and support skills. Small actions matter. You could be the difference someone's waiting for.